A new national poll this morning shows Donald Trump is still the Republican frontrunner despite his second-place finish in Iowa. Trump's at 31%. Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio follow. No other candidate is in double digits. Another poll, this time in New Hampshire, also shows Trump in the lead. Jeb Bush is 21 points behind in 5th place.
After finishing 6th in this week's Iowa caucuses, Bush needs a boost in New Hampshire. We went there yesterday and spoke with the former governor and his mother, former First Lady Barbara Bush. It was her first TV interview of this campaign.
Around Manchester, New Hampshire, it's not uncommon to see presidential candidates pop into roadside diners.
Hey, gentlemen, how you doing?
But Jeb Bush is hoping his presence here in New Hampshire is anything but common.
Good to meet you, sir.
You look better than your brother.
What is the Jeb Bush comeback plan?
Well, do well here. The message is one of that I'm a proven leader. We're electing a president, not a backbencher in the United States Senate. So you better be ready to lead. You better be able to have the experience of making a tough decision.
What do you mean a backbencher?
I mean, there are people running who are gifted orators, but they've never done anything in their life that would lead you to believe they can make a tough decision. I mean, Marco today had a hard time being able to describe his record of accomplishment. It's hard in this environment where nothing gets done, but don't brag about things you haven't done.
If you can't beat Marco Rubio here in New Hampshire, does that mean the end of your campaign?
No, of course not. As I said, this is the first delegate will be selected on Tuesday. We've got 99% of the delegates left. It's a long way to go, and I think the voters of this country ought to decide that, not the pundits.
To help convince the voters, he brought a secret weapon here.
I think you might want to say hello to somebody.
Hey!
Hello! How are you?
You look beautiful.
At age 90, Mrs. Bush says she flew up from Houston to be alongside her son as he campaigns for president for a few reasons.
Thank you, Mama.
Because I love my son, and I know that America needs him. He's honest, dependable, loyal, relatively funny, good-looking, but funny. He's got the same values that America seems to have lost. He's almost too polite. I don't advise him, but if I gave him advice, I would say, why don't you interrupt like the other people do?
Really?
Yes, I would say that.
I've gotten better at interrupting, Mom. Come on.
You mean interrupt during the debate?
Yes. He's so polite. We brought him up that way. And he does not brag like some people we know.
Who are you talking about?
I can't remember.
Do you think someone else that's running for president is bragging too much?
I'm not getting in a spitting match with him. He can spit further than I can. When push comes to shove, people are going to realize Jeb has real solutions rather than talking about how popular they are, how great they are.
You taped an ad that's running here in New Hampshire, and you talk about your son, and you said he had a big heart.
He does.
I don't know if you know what Donald Trump tweeted about that ad. He mocked your son turning to you, and he tweeted saying, just watch Jeb's ad where he desperately needed mommy to help him. Jeb, mom can't help you with ISIS, the Chinese, or with Putin.
I don't need any
Putin
help.
endorsed him, for heaven's sakes. Putin the killer, Putin the
Didn't
worst.
endorse me, just for the record.
No, he
Trump.
endorsed Trump. That's an endorsement you don't want.
I'm proud of being a Bush.
Mrs. Bush, you're coming here to New Hampshire. Your brother, George W. Bush, is going to be in South Carolina.
Yeah.
The family is now coming out. Is it a sign of strength or a sign
Strength.
or desperation?
Strength.
But your son has said, I'm my own man.
That's right.
And he's sort of walking this line, trying to run as himself and at the same time distinguish, I'm sure, from your brother and the former president. Is it a tough line to walk?
No, because 2016 is different than 2000, and it's different than 1988. I mean, the country has changed, and the issues are different. And I'm different. People understand that. We're different. My life experience is different than that of George, certainly different than my dad, the greatest man alive. It's not better or worse. It's different, and it shapes how I think and, you know, what my beliefs are.
You said it's okay to have another Bush in the White House. What about another Clinton?
I don't think so, because another Bush is going to beat another Clinton.
But do you think America's ready for its first female president?
Yes, but I don't think either one running is the one we need.
Well, good luck.
Yeah, I'd love to have your support. Hi.
Absolutely.
I'm Jeb. How are you?
If people in New
Good to meet
Hampshire
you.
aren't talking about politics, they're probably talking about Sunday's big game.
Can you weigh in who you're
Yeah,
rooting for?
no, I'm for Peyton Manning. I'm for the old guy that's the all-star, the all-pro, the guy that you can rely on, the guy that has a proven record, the guy that can change the course of the country's history. So I'm for Peyton.
Sounds like you.
I don't know, I'm just saying.
He says he's on, no matter how he does in New Hampshire. He says he's going to surprise people, but he says he will continue on through South Carolina and Nevada and Florida and all the other states. But it's interesting to see the family coming out in full force.
Can I just say how great it was to see Barbara Bush again?
I know.
She looks fantastic, and
She
she's
really
obviously
does.
still got a lot of fight in her.
Yeah, she says the former president would be there, meaning number 41, President George H.W. Bush, except he has Parkinson's and is not able to travel that far distance. But
It'll be interesting to see if people think this helps or hurts him to have his mom come out
indeed.
to rally for him.
She also, I'll tell you about this a little later, she does confirm that 41, her husband, does throw the shoe at the television sometimes when they're watching the debates.